There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go, show recaps, predictions, sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recaps, Predictions, Sports. Let go.
What is going on, everyone? It's the EVP from the EVP Show, and we are live for the Clash in Italy prediction show. I'm just kidding, messing with Carlos. Once again, we are live again. Last week we had the Saturday Night's Main Event prediction show, so we pretty much got the exact same panel. But I will go ahead and go through and introduce everyone that's coming back to join us again, even though the product is a little iffy right now. But we're going to start off with Lou. You wasn't able to get to join us last week, but you have been on here before. How's it going tonight? Say hello to everyone.
What's going on? Got to be back. I wasn't here last week, but life seconds that can't really be ignored. But I'm glad to be here to make predictions with you all. Though I'm pretty sure we're all gonna have the same predictions anyway, but here to have fun nonetheless.
Absolutely. I do appreciate it. Like you are right. Life comes in the way a lot. So, but I appreciate you coming in. All right. Next up, he needs no introduction. He is the mayor of Canada, and I call him the wrestling encyclopedia. What's going on, Stampede? How's it going tonight?
Doing well, my man. Anytime we get to gather and talk about wrestling, it's a good thing. So away we go.
All right, appreciate you, Stampede. Next up, he is one of the newest members of DWE, and he used to host and co-host with me on Main Event Mondays. He is none other than Kyle the Man Anthony. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, CJ? Yeah, looking forward to these predictions. Going to be a better show on paper than Saturday's Main Event, so looking forward to what everyone has to say tonight.
Absolutely, definitely a better card for sure. All right, next up, he is. I've been on him for forever since I first got into wrestling and started Spaces and stuff. What's going on, Sean? Tell the people what's up and how are you doing tonight?
What's up? I'm doing pretty good. Ready to get into it.
All right. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Next up, he is from the DWE chat and the hugest babyface fan I know. Welcome tonight, Caleb. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good tonight. I'm excited to talk some wrestling.
Thank you, sir. Glad for you to be here. Next up, this guy needs no introduction, and he knows I'm going to call him this because I do it every single prediction show. How is it going tonight, DJ Khaled? What's going on, brother?
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here. Of course, as we talked about before we went live, this is basically Backlash 2.0. Money Heist Italy, Carlos, as you call it. But I think it will still be a good show in-ring wise. I mean, most PLEs in WWE don't really disappoint that much these days. They're really within the average circle. So the match card looks pretty good as well. So I'm ready to predict it with you guys. So let's get this show rolling.
Sounds good. Appreciate you, Khaled. Next up, he is from the Wrestle Collective and one of the biggest ambassadors in the Twitter X community, as well as YouTube and Twitter Spaces. What's going on, Carlos? How you doing tonight, brother?
Good, man. What's up? You know, where's our AEW predictions? I went perfect score there. So if you would have done those, I'd be going really, really good. But now I'm doing well. Again, I'm off on Sundays. A good old Sunday morning PLE is a cool thing, so I'm down with that. Let's have some fun.
Sounds good. Appreciate you, Carlos. And the AEW predictions is probably not too far off, but the product doesn't get much better. I can tell you that. Definitely got some stuff in the works for that. So I appreciate you being here as always. Next up,
my pleasure.
Absolutely. Next up, last but not least, he is probably my biggest supporter on Sunday Night Scoops. What's going on, Wrestle Fanatic? How you doing, brother?
Good. I am so happy to be here. I'm so glad to be here. During the show, just in case, I just want you to know during the show, I might have to go get something in the mail for my mom. So whenever you get to me, if you get into me, just make sure you come back to me because I might be outside trying to sign something for my dad.
All right. Thank you, brother. And we also have Chris Brunson from the FTCS podcast. He couldn't join us tonight, but I do have his predictions. And I will be telling everyone who he took in each match. So you guys know the drill. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go around and ask everyone their picks, and Stampede's going to be helping me keep up with everyone's picks tonight. And we also have Raymond and Bintu in the comments. What's going on, Bintu? Good to see you, Raymond. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm not going by the specific match order that WWE has it. I'm just going to do it however I want to do it. To hell with our match order. We're going to start with the Intercontinental Championship. Sol Ruca, which they just had a match last Saturday on Saturday Night Main Event, is going to be challenging the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch, for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I'm going to start with Sean, and I'm going to do it a little differently this time. I'm going to start with Sean. He likes to go first. So we'll go with Sean first. Who do you have, Sol Ruca or Becky Lynch, and why?
I got Sol Ruca. Look, they're clearly pushing Sol to the moon. They love her. She's one of their NIL success stories. And, Becky doesn't really need to hold this Intercontinental title anymore. She's going to do the job, and she's going to put Sol Ruca over. And she's going to make Sol Ruca even bigger by doing so.
All right. Appreciate it, Sean. So we have Raymond. He's going to be here in the comments, and I believe it's Chris that joined us for the Saturday Night Main Event predictions. He is taking Sol Ruca over Becky. She needs a Women's Intercontinental Championship, and I do believe that Chris from FTCS podcast. I do believe I'm going to double check. While I go ahead and double check, we're going to go ahead and go to Lou. Lou, who do you have with Sol Ruca and Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental Championship, and why?
Becky, since they practically stopped any and all potential momentum for Sol Ruca, I don't see Sol winning at all. So I'm going with Becky.
All right, appreciate it, Lou. So you are going with Becky Lynch, so we're tied 1-1. Chris says he's going with Jade and Gunther as well. All right, he's picking all title change. Two changes. All right, Stampede, we're all knotted up. Well, technically no, because Chris from the FTCS podcast took Sol Ruca as well. So it's 2-1 Sol Ruca. Stampede, Sol Ruca is going after the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Are they going to pull the trigger, or are we going to see this feud extend on?
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I can't see this company being that tone deaf to not put the title on Sol Ruca. They can definitely prove me wrong, though. They've done it before. But I'm going to go with Sol on this here for the win.
All right. So that's 3 Sol Rucas and 1 Becky Lynch. Kyle, the man, Anthony, I know you're the hugest Becky Lynch fan out there. So do you got Becky retain her title, or do you think we're going to get a new champion in Italy?
How you told me this like a couple weeks ago, I would have said Becky would retain, but based off the fact that they've just, first of all, Sol's has been a loser since she came to the main roster. She lost to Liv, she lost to Io, she lost to Becky last week. So it's like she kind of has to win here, because it's like then she's gonna be framed as just a loser. She can't get the job done when it matters most. So I think they're gonna pull the trigger. They're gonna give Sol the championship. And you know what? Becky needs to be in the main event scene at this point. I think she's done great work as the IC champion, but it is a secondary championship that needs to be on other women who aren't established yet. And I think Becky has done a great job with that championship when she was facing Lyra and Bailey and AJ and now Sol and everything like that. So it seems like there needs to be a time where that championship needs to be on someone like Sol to get it be more interesting. It's just why I somewhat hesitate is because it's just Soul is still very new, and then it's like, is it gonna be too fast? I guess it comes down to how she's gonna be booked after whenever if she does win the title on Sunday. So I'm picking Soul to win. I think Becky needs to go after the women's champion, which is Liv, but they're both heels, so that's the other issue that we'll worry about another day. But she needs to be in the world title scene, so I am picking Soul to win the title here.
All right. I'm shocked by that, but all right. So we got, thank you, Kyle. We got 4 Sol Ruca and 1 Becky Lynch. Caleb, Becky Lynch defending against Sol Ruca. I know you like baby faces, but let's hear who you have winning and why.
I got Sol Ruca, not because I like baby faces. I like her on the mic. I like her wrestling, and I do not want to see Becky win that title, retain that title on Sunday. I do not want to see it.
All right, thank you, Caleb. So we have 5 Sol Rucas and 1 Becky Lynch. DJ Khaled, are you gonna tip the scales back to Becky, or are you riding with the Surfer Sol Ruca?
Well, this is a very polarizing match for me because to piggyback off Stampede's point, this is the easiest layup ever. They have to pull the trigger on Sol Ruca because she is a success story. But at the same time, I know with this company, you always have to predict that the champion will retain all the time. It's like the safe option, but I'm going to take the plunge here, and I'm going to surf the wave because I'm going with Sol Ruca here. I feel like with the international crowd, they're going to use that as a layup to have the big pop, so to speak, when Ruca becomes the champion. They've used that crutch before, and I definitely see them using it again. So I'm going with Sol Ruca. Hopefully I'm right on this one, but I can definitely see them going the other way.
All right, appreciate you, Khaled. So that is a lot. So 6 Sol Rucas, I believe, or 5 Sol Rucas and 1 Becky Lynch. Carlos, are you gonna make this a clean sweep, or who do you have between Becky and Sol Ruca, and why?
I mean, I'm a big Becky fan too, but she's got to do what the GOAT does and put somebody else over. Sol Ruca needs this title. Becky doesn't need this title. I mean, this should be used to get over mid-carders, people coming up from NXT. Having Sol Ruca with that title makes sense to me, and I think Becky needs to move up and challenge Liv too. Let's get Liv, actually defending her belt. Again, they can easily make Becky a face. I'd be okay with that. But yeah, Sol Ruca for the win.
All right, thank you, Carlos. So that's 6 Sol Rucas. Who else picked Becky? Stampede.
Yeah, I mean your last name is Fernandez.
Okay.
It's a long, complicated story.
Just
all right, so I'm gonna go to Wrestle Fanatic. Sol Ruca versus Becky Lynch. Who do you got and why?
I'm going with Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch because I feel like Sol is 1 and 2 in the main roster, and I feel like she hasn't done enough to win the championship. She hasn't earned an opportunity. She only got it because she won by DQ at Saturday night's main event. And I know how WWE operates. I think they're going to stretch this into Night of Champions and SummerSlam, and that's when I say that Sol Ruca will win the title. But for now, she's not ready to be champion. Yeah, I have very high hopes for her, but Becky has brought this title up to new heights. There is a reason why she is the greatest of all time. It's not just her saying it or me saying it. Everyone says it. Other people say it. Sports Illustrated says it. Bleacher Report says it. ESPN says it. So on. So that's why I think Becky should win. Sol needs some more time. She needs to earn that title more. She shouldn't be handed that title. She has to earn it more. So I don't see Sol winning in Italy. I have Becky winning and retaining.
You know, Fanatic, if there's one thing WWE loves doing, it's stretching out stories to the end of the earth. So you definitely have a point there.
And I mean, he gets the award for the best Becky Lynch impersonation that I've heard. So, for me, it's I believe it's 6 or 7-2. So I actually agree with Fanatic on this one. I have been watching WWE a long time, and we were talking about this in the back before we went live. WWE is going to do whatever they have to do to squeeze as much juice out of that lemon as they can get. And Sol Ruca's only won 1 match on the main card by disqualification. I just don't see any way possible that they're going to have this feud in Italy. On top of that, they're advertising Sol Ruca and Io Sky versus Liv Morgan in the European tour, which for me, they did this before, and they're doing it with another main event championship match tonight that we'll talk about later. But I think this feud goes to SummerSlam. I really do. Sol could possibly win at Night of Champions, but I think this is going to go for another PLE. So I'm going with the man herself, Becky Lynch, to retain. WWE loves to play it safe, so I'm going with Becky. So I believe it was.
Yeah, you'd be very surprised if Sol wins in Italy.
Yeah, I don't know who else picked. Becky. I think it was Lou. Me and Lou picked Becky. All right. So it was a lot to little for Sol Ruca. I hope I'm wrong. I love Sol, but WWE like to play it safe. So we're going to move on to the biggest rematch in the history of professional wrestling, according to Paul Heyman. It is Obafemi going up against Brock Lesnar. I don't think this is the biggest rematch in history, but I'm going to start with Sean. Do you have who do you have between Obafemi and Brock Lesnar?
Well, Oba won at Mania. This is a trilogy in the making, so Brock is going to win, and he's going to do it decisively. Brock's going to beat the hell out of Oba here, and it'll end in Mania where Oba eventually retires him for good. But yeah, give me Brock. He's probably going to beat Oba in probably 5 minutes.
Oh, wow. All right, Sean, appreciate you. And Raymond's in the comments. He also is taking Sol Ruca to win the match. She deserves the title, and she's just amazing in WWE right now. She does deserve it, but I don't know if it happens. All right, so we got one Brock Lesnar, and I'm going to start up at the top as I did last time. I'm going to go to Lou first. Obafemi and Brock Lesnar, part 2. Who do you have and why?
Oba. Short and sweet. I don't really see Brock winning since I think he's going to be retired or however he's going to go about that. But Oba's my pick.
All right. Appreciate you, Lou. So we got one for Oba, one for Brock Lesnar. Stampede, it is the biggest rematch in wrestling history, Obafemi and Brock Lesnar, part 2. Who do you have and why?
Wasn't even the biggest rematch like in the last week. Let alone history. Good Lord, man. Delusional. Obviously, I'm going Brock here because this is a push to get to SummerSlam. But so Brock would be my pick, but I'm going to put a smile on my Space Elite partner's face here. Watch the pearly whites come out. Just announced for tonight. Rush, Orange Cassidy, Leo Rush, and Brian Cage. Look at that smile, man.
There it is. All right, so we got 2 Brock Lesnar. Raymond's picking Oba to win in 5 minutes or less. All right, Kyle. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar, part 2. Who do you have and why?
For me, I have Obafemi. He needs to keep gaining some momentum. He shouldn't really be losing. I think if they plan on doing all 3 matches with him and Brock Lesnar, Oba needs to win. He's been really dominant. I think for him to just lose to Lesnar, it's not gonna hurt Femi, but I just feel like he has a lot of momentum. I think he needs to keep it. So I'm picking Oba to win.
All right. Thank you, Kyle. So that's 2 for Brock Lesnar, 1 for Obafemi. Caleb, Brock Lesnar and Obafemi, part 2. Do you have and why?
I'm going to go with a shocking pick and go with Brock Lesnar. I do not see Oba winning twice, so yeah. So I got to go with Brock here. I got to go with the heel.
Oh, wow. Caleb's one with a heel, Carlos.
They're
Are you hearing
the
this?
apocalypse is now, guys. The zombie apocalypse is now. Unlock your doors.
Are you hearing this?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get that clip on the YouTube shorts tonight. Thank you, Caleb. All right, so in the comments we have Bintu says she's going for Oba, or they're going for Oba because he is a big star already. I don't think he should lose. Thank you, Bentu. All right, DJ Khaled, Obafemi, and Brock Lesnar, part 2. Who do you have and why?
So, to Kyle's point, I think Oba deserves the win here because it's Brock Lesnar. He has credibility to last him a lifetime. And I feel like if you were to take 2 back-to-back losses to Obafemi, it's going to do everything for Oba and it will do nothing for Brock. Like Brock Lesnar will stay Brock Lesnar, and Obafemi will become like this generation's Brock Lesnar. However, as Sean said, this is a trilogy in the making, and I see them stretching this out into Minnesota for Brock's retirement. So with that, I see them having a similar match to their WrestleMania match, albeit slightly below in terms of like shock factor, of course, because we've already seen it before. And I feel like Brock Lesnar will get the win here, unfortunately. So I'm going with Brock Lesnar on this one.
All right. Thank you, Khaled. All right, Carlos. Brock Lesnar, Obafemi, part 2. Who do you have and why?
First, I want to congratulate Brock for getting that bag again, because I think that's what happened here. I think that they looked at this open challenge and nobody left, so they had to call the bat phone to get Brock in. So again, Brock, congrats for getting that bag one more time. I'm gonna go with Brock, and I also think he's gonna decimate Oba because it'll serve 2 purposes. It'll keep Oba out of the King of the Ring tournament. And so because again, how do you justify having him in the tournament if he's healthy? I'm not having him in the tournament. So I think Brock takes him out. He's off TV for a few weeks to get the tournament started. That keeps him out of the tournament because he's the obvious winner. How do you justify not having him in there? So they kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and I do think it leads to a trilogy at SummerSlam with Oba getting the final.
All right. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate that. So it's a lot to a little. Brock over Oba. Wrestling Fanatic, Brock Lesnar, Obafemi, part 2. Do you have on why?
Brock. Simple. Brock's going to easily win, and they're going to stretch it all the way to SummerSlam. And I don't think that Oba's going to be in the King of the Ring tournament because of this. I think he's going to keep feeding with Brock, maybe have a mini feud with someone else on the main roster, maybe with Chad Gable after he unmasked. But it's simple. Brock is easily going to win. He's getting his win back. There's no way he's going to lose twice. That doesn't work for him, brother. So, yeah, I'm going with Brock.
All right. Thank you, Wrestle Fanatic. All right. Chris Branson from the FTS podcast is going with Obafemi. So for me, man, these matches are a little bit difficult for me to predict, and they're usually not. It's something that Brock Lesnar said in his backstage interview or whatever it was Monday on Raw that really had me thinking. Brock Lesnar said that he came back, which obviously me and Carla talked about it in the chat. He only come back for the money, but on WWE TV, he said he came back because he wanted to. He said he's got his rear end kicked a bunch of times, but obviously he couldn't take the loss. He wanted to see if he was going to be able to come back and this is a story that they're telling within the story. I think Oba wins here. I think he's winning 3 times. I do think, to Carlos's credit, I do think that Brock is going to maybe cost Oba a count out or something like that. If they put him in the King of the Ring tournament, you guys could be right. They could be writing him off for that. But I think Oba has to win here. I think that they're building this monster with Obafemi. I think he beats him at Italy, and then I think he beats him again because Brock's going to act like he's going to leave, but he's going to come back just like he did last time. And they're going to run this all the way to Minnesota. Obafemi wins 3 out of 3, just like Triple H did to Dave Bautista back in the day when he lost 3 straight to Dave Bautista. WWE loves to recycle stuff, and I think that's what they're doing here again with Obafemi. So I'm going to go with Oba. I think the match lasts about 8 minutes, something like that, and then Obafemi will put him away. All right, so I think it was only 3 of us that picked Oba, and then the rest picked Brock Lesnar. So we're going to move to the next match of the night. It will be live on ESPN during the first hour. It will be Rhea Ripley defending the Women's SmackDown Championship against Jade Cargill. Sean, who do you have for the Women's SmackDown Championship and why?
Well, for the love that all that's holy, Rhea Ripley.
Keep her on stuff.
Simply
Keep her off
simply
Raw.
to keep her ass on SmackDown. Yeah, I mean, and jokes aside, like she's not losing to Jade this quickly. Rhea is holding that belt till at least SummerSlam. So I mean, she might even hold it till next WrestleMania, knowing how much they love Rhea. I just don't see Rhea dropping that belt anytime soon. So yeah, she'll pull whatever she can out of Jade Cargill, and she'll win.
All right, thank you, Sean. That is 1 for the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, and 0 for Jade Cargill. Lou, Jade Cargill is going after the SmackDown Championship. Who do you have, Rhea or Jade, and why?
I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not all that interested in this match, but if I had to choose, it would be Rhea.
All right. Thank you, Lou. So that is 2 for Rhea Ripley, 0 for Jade Cargill. Stampede, Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. Who do you have and why?
Do the match, get it over with. Don't ever do it again, and don't have Jade anywhere near a top title ever. Like, she's just not good. Rhea for the win.
All right. Thank you, Stampede. So that's 3 for Rhea Ripley, 0 for Jade Cargill. Kyle, Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. Who do you have and why?
Rhea's going to retain as she just won in. I think she's going to end up probably facing JC at some point, not like in the distant future, maybe later on this year. So I think Rhea's going to be champion for majority of the year. So Rhea's going to retain.
Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that. Shout out to Greg, the world of Greg. Kyle's partner on the Rundown every Monday. Catch them live as they run down the Raw show before it comes on air. So we have 3 Rheas and 0 Jade Cargills. Caleb, who do you have and why?
I got Rhea Ripley, and do not ever do this match again. Throw it away after this match, and let Rhea face JC.
Yes, I love JC. Thank you, Caleb.
Says the Jey Uso fan about bad matches.
No, you. All right, so that's 4. Chris from FTCS podcast took Rhea Ripley as well. So DJ Khaled, is Jay going to crack the books tonight, or are you going on the train with everyone else with Rhea Ripley?
I'm going with the train to everyone else because there's no other ticket to buy. I'm going with Rhea Ripley, obviously. They don't really do title changes unless it's like SummerSlam or WrestleMania nowadays. And why would you put it back on Jade after Rhea won against her at WrestleMania? And I feel like with Fatal Influence being on SmackDown now, you have JC Jane in the conversation. In the future they might put people like Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and maybe Tiffany Stratton whenever she loses her current strap now. Like there's a few other girls in line for that women's belt if they play their cards right. And I think after this match, this Rhea and Jade feud, it's gonna end. So Rhea Ripley for the W.
Thank you, Khaled. Appreciate the analysis on it. I love that. We're going to go to the comments. I don't think Jade winning. I think Lash is going to take the title. Interesting point there. Possibly. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of people that's going to be on. All right, Carlos, you're up. Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. Who do you have and why?
I mean, Jade pinned Rhea on Saturday, which Wrestling Booking 101 tells you that means that the other person's going to go over off the next match. So Rhea Ripley for the win. Rhea's making Jade look good. That's good. It's good to see how Jade will handle not being the top dog for a little bit. They love to get their talent test like that. Rhea Ripley for the W.
Thank you, Carlos. All right, Wrestle Fanatic. Is Jay going to get on the scoreboard, or are you going with Rhea Ripley?
Rhea Ripley easily. There's no way Rhea's gonna lose. I mean, we have a lot of defensive points. We got guys like Nia, JC, Alexa, Chelsea, Tiffany, hell, even the long-awaited rematch with Charlotte Flair. And there's no way Rhea's losing. I think Jade needs to stay away from the world title scene for a while. I agree with Stampede. She needs to get some more training, get more into the dungeon, fix her weaknesses, and she'll be back as a brand new woman, ready to compete for the world title scene. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see her in the mid-card title scene. I don't know what's next for B-Fab and Michin after this. So I'm going with Rhea.
All right, thank you, Fanatic. And for me,
She's gonna have to do it alone. There's no Io anymore. She's on Raw and Rhea's on SmackDown. So Rhea's gonna have to do it alone. She has a 3-on-1 disadvantage, but I think she's gonna get through it. Rhea's gonna win.
appreciate you, Fanatic. All right, so for me, this is pretty easy. I couldn't really set it any better than Carlos did. It is wrestling 1-on-1. If you watch the highlights back, you can see that Rhea pinches Jade when she's pinning her. That was her moment to go over right there. Rhea sold the hell out of that. The Jaded, she sold the living heck out of it. So Rhea's fantastic, like her or not. She definitely put Jade over Saturday night. That is the big win that Jade's going to get again. But Jade's not winning the title. Rhea's got a lot of stuff lined up, hopefully, with Charlotte Flair, JC Jane, and possibly Blake Monroe or Tiffany Stratton, or possibly Chelsea Green. There's a lot of stuff they could do with Rhea going all the way to SummerSlam, and whoever wins Queen of the Ring, which we'll probably cover that for Night of Champions. But I'm going with Rhea. I'm going to have a clean sweep here. I think we're going with Rhea. I'm going to go with Rhea Ripley as well. Raymond in the comments says, I got Rhea winning this match. She's not dropping this title this soon against Jade. So that's why Rhea wins, and let JC Jane face Rhea too for the title. I agree 100%. So we're going to move to, I don't know why it's kicking off the show, but we're going to go to the Undisputed WWE Championship, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Just 1 second. Where is it? Never mind. Cody Rhodes is defending the Undisputed Championship against the Ring General, the Career Killer, Gunther. So I'm going to start with Sean. Are we going to see a title change to kick off Clash in Italy Sunday, or is Cody Rhodes going to retain? Who do you have and why?
I got Cody Rhodes, and the reason, shenanigans. Shenanigans are at foot. I don't know if it's going to be Kevin Owens. I don't know if it's going to be Sami Zayn. Hell, I don't know if it's going to be Randy Orton. But Gunther is getting screwed because this match is not going to a finish. I'm telling you right now. Because they're going to that's their way of keeping Gunther strong while also keeping the belt on Cody. Point blank, period.
All right. So you have Cody winning by disqualification?
I have Gunther winning by disqualification because I think whoever it is going to punch Cody.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks, Sean. All right, Lou. Cody Rhodes versus the Career Killer, Gunther, for Undisputed Championship. Who do you have and why? Can
Probably Cody. Yeah. I'm going with Cody, short and sweet.
All right, so Cody Rhodes. All right, Stampede, Cody Rhodes, and the Ring General, Gunther. Who do you have and why?
Poor Cody, man. He's so bland. He got bumped to a pre-show YouTube title defense. Can't even make the main card anymore.
Oh, come on, Stampede. Don't be hating on my boy now.
Roman's back, though. He has to know his role and shut his mouth.
Look, they want him on ESPN, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
That's
not a pre-show.
That's what Roman said to him. Back of the line, you blonde bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Cody's going to retain here. I don't know if it'll be a straight up match. Probably not, but he's walking it with the title. So Cody's my pick.
Thanks, Stampede. Appreciate it. All right, Kyle, Cody Rhodes and Gunther. Who do you have and why?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of neither. But I think for me, I'm picking Gunther because I just feel like they just want to. I think they should make a statement with Gunther already being, the fact that he, him defeating John Cena, AJ Styles, all these people. Kind of needs to go up to a championship win here at some point. He's done a whole lot of nothing since in terms of being an incredible feat or anything interesting, incredible. And they're in Italy. He's going to get super over because he's German, all that other stuff. So I feel like they're going to pull the trigger, put the title on Gunther, and he's going to have a run for a while. Cody has been very bland as champion and has always been bland as champion. So I'm not neither by picking Gunther.
All right, man. I don't know how much Cody hate I can take on here. You guys are bashing my guy, man. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so that is one for Gunther, and the rest is for Cody Rhodes as of right now. Caleb, Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the Undisputed Championship. Who do you have and why?
I go with another hero in Gunther. I do not see Cody retain that title this Sunday. I got Gunther retaining it. I got another hero.
Oh, Caleb switching up. What's going on, Carlos? You got him picking heels now?
He drank the Kool-Aid finally.
Yeah, it's that Kool-Aid. It's that backlash Kool-Aid. Thank you.
Carlos, y'all done gave him a complex, so now he's having to pick heels to prove that he doesn't just pick baby faces.
I put the baby face. I put the baby face in his introduction, and now he's switched up on me. So thank you, Caleb. Appreciate it. So we have two for Cody, two for Gunther, and I believe 3 or 4 for Cody Rhodes. All right, DJ Khaled, my fellow Cody Rhodes fan. Who do you have and why?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that Cody is going to win here. These two had a match, I think, about a year and a half ago. It was for the first ever Crown Jewel Championship, and I really liked that match. And I hope that match gets almost repeated this Sunday because in ring wise it was very old school, and I really do like that. And obviously these are two very world class wrestlers, so they don't really have much to miss here. But yeah, I don't see the shenanigans thing though, because this is a PLE, so they rarely do shenanigans on PLEs, even for championship defenses. They always have a pinfall victory at least. So I think Cody is winning this match. Not cleanly, maybe there will be shenanigans, but it's not going to be a DQ. There will be a pinfall, and Cody is winning this match.
All right. Thank you, DJ Khaled. All right, Carlos, put some wisdom on these people and tell them who's winning between Cody Rhodes and Gunther and why.
I mean, if Cody was to win, does he have anybody to feud with? Because I don't think he has any friends left that can turn their back on him and do the same boring ass fucking storyline over and over again. So I'm going with Gunther for the win. I don't think they move Gunther over there and do this match unless they had plans for him. I think Gunther's winning. I think it would be good for Cody Rhodes for his character just to be away from the title for a little while. I'm going with the ladies and gentlemen for the win. Sorry, VP.
It's all good, brother.
See, here's the thing, Carlos. I agree with you, but I just don't think they have the courage to do it. That's the thing.
I can see Cody moving to Raw. I mean, I think Netflix has wanted Cody for a while. They moved Rhea to SmackDown. I think they use it as a chance to move him to Raw too.
And that would make me so much happier, Carlos, because it's always been proven that Cody, for some reason, it seems like every time he's on SmackDown, he's just so much more inferior than whenever he's on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to see him on Raw full time now.
Appreciate
You're wrong though, Carlos. Ricky Saints is there to turn his back on him. You just watch.
He's still got
Ricky's a heel.
He's still got CM Punk. He's still got CM Punk, which he wasn't there for 40. But I believe.
Oh my god! If I got that heel turn, please and thank you. Because I want to hate that man.
I think that's where they're headed. We'll see. All right, Fanatic. Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the Undisputed Championship. Who do you have and why?
I really don't want to say this. I really love Cody Rhodes, but I have a feeling that Gunther might win. So I'm going to go with Gunther because I don't know why would they waste their momentum with him if they have him lose. They have this infinite aura. He has this career kill stuff. I don't know why they would have him lose. As much as I love Cody, I really think that Gunther is going to win. I hope I'm wrong, but I think Gunther's going to win this match. I'm sorry. I just have a feeling that Gunther will win. I think that way we can have Cody versus Sammy, a non-title feud, maybe get that over with, and maybe Cody will go back and fight for the championship again at SummerSlam and win it back. And then we have Randy Orton and CM Punk as Cody's next feud. And if Cody retains, I really want to see him defend on SmackDown more, as well as not just PLEs. I want to see him defend it on SmackDown more, as well as PLEs, if he retains. But I'm going with Gunther for the win.
Cody don't need Gunther to kill his career, man. Cody's taking care of that all on his own.
Damn, you guys are killing me today, man.
I cried when Cody won the title, but now I find him boring. I find it so boring. Just no.
I mean, it is.
Yeah, Roman's the better champion. Roman's the better champion. Shout out to the Tribal Chief.
It is boring.
So Carlos went from tears of joy to tears of boredom.
Yep.
There you go.
All right, so we have a Cody Rhodes fan in the comments. Raymond said, "Don't have to ask me twice. You know my answer is the QB1." All right, thank you, Raymond. So for
Roman's
me,
back. At best, he's fullback one.
for me, I do agree with everyone. Cody is boring. He's my guy, but his championship reign is pretty freaking boring, even for me. And I said, I believe it was the last prediction show, maybe the one before. I said if Cody was going to drop the title, I believe it would be to Gunther or Randy Orton. I'm going to go with what DJ Khaled said. I hate to bounce off your answer, brother, but WWE loves to play it safe. They're foreshadowing something with Sami Zayn. They're basically putting it out there in your face. Cody was talking about Sami today on ESPN. Nobody wants to see Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn in a non-title feud. They love Sami over in Saudi Arabia. I think we're getting Cody and Sami for the Undisputed Championship in Saudi Arabia. Randy Orton could come back. CM Punk. They're definitely building for Cody Punk. That's definitely going to be for the title. We're either getting it at SummerSlam or WrestleMania. So
Sami who lost to Drew and Sami who lost to Trick is now going to again. So why can't work with it?
Yes, they are, Carlos.
I agree. I agree, Carlos. I'm not condoning what they're doing, but they're putting it out there. WWE loves to put that next story out there. I love Gunther. I've always been a Gunther fan. I think he's pretty boring too, to be honest with you. But I don't think they can have Gunther get pinned here. So I have to go with what Sean said also. I think there's going to be some craziness. We get a Randy Orton, a Kevin Owens. We possibly could get a CM Punk over there. Because I think we're going with Cody and Punk or Cody and Randy at SummerSlam. I think Randy needs to be the one to take the title.
But see, Jack,
I can't hear both of y'all. What would you say, Fanatic?
I think might get Sheamus' turn as well.
Sheamus is recovering from surgery. Oh, what did you say, Kyle?
I was just saying that they can do Cody and Sami and like non-title, like at Night of Champions. I just feel like that is the direction there. Clearly, I don't see a situation where they can just have. I mean, I guess I could. I just think Sami and Cody for the championship seems a little too early. I think they want to wait until they're in Saudi Arabia, since that's where people are expecting him to be the one to win the championship there at WrestleMania. So I just feel like the plan, I think they will do Sami and Cody, but I think it'll just be non-titled because I don't know. I can't. I personally just hate disqualification matches when it's a great match on a pay-per-view. I always don't like that. It's always my pet peeve. I don't like that. So for me, either, if I think Gunther's going to win and they're going to have Cody and Sami just go at it with each other on SmackDown, and Sami can start that by blaming him and saying that I'm the good guy, you should listen to me or something. Whatever Sami's been saying throughout the last few months now on SmackDown, and him going after Cody. So I just feel like that's the direction. So it could be for the championship, but I just feel like it could be a non-title feud for the rest of the year between Sami and Cody.
Yeah, appreciate it, Carl. I don't know. I would pick against Cody if I really thought that he was dropping the title. But I don't think WWE is going to pull the trigger. I think they're going to stay safe. I want them to pull the trigger, but I don't think they will. So I'm going to go with Cody. I think it's shenanigans. I don't think Gunther can get pinned. I don't think Triple H are two favorites. So I don't think he's winning the title. But we'll see. It should be a good one. So I don't know what the count was. I believe it was like 5 or 6-4, 6-4 Gunther, I believe. So we're going to move to the main event of Clash in Italy. It's Tribal Combat Oost. It's going to be Roman Reigns defending the Raw Heavyweight Championship against the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu in Tribal Combat. Sean, who do you have and why?
I'm gonna be unpopular again. The way they've built up Jacob Fatu, they've made him a monster. They've kind of made Roman look like a bitch in some points, and I don't know. There's just something telling me that they're gonna pull the trigger on Jacob sooner rather than later, and I think Tribal Combat is where we get that pull, and this is what I want to happen. So it's probably not going to, but I think Jacob has been built too strong to lose here. So I'm going with Jacob Fatu.
All right. So that's one for this Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Appreciate it, Sean. I'm going to go to Lou. Roman Reigns defends against Jacob Fatu in Tribal Combat. Who do you have and why?
I'd love to see Jacob win, but knowing how predictable they are, they're probably going to go with Roman, so that's what I'm going with.
All right. Thank you, Lou. So one for Roman Reigns, one for Jacob Fatu. Stampede for the Raw Heavyweight Championship, Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. Tribal Combat, who do you have and why?
Overbooked Dorama. That's what this is going to be, man. Like Tribal Combat to be everybody out to that ring. I like Jacob. Very intense. It comes off a lot more realistic than Roman, but Roman's going to retain here. They're not flipping that yet.
All right. Thank you, Stampede. All right. So that's 2 for Roman Reigns and 1 for Jacob Fatu. Kyle, the man, Anthony, who do you have in the main event and why?
Picking Reigns. I think Reigns is going to retain. It's just feel like there's no reason for him to lose the title here. And another thing too, another thing that kind of annoys me, they always create these names that these fancy names because over being called a no DQ match. When I first heard the word Tribal Combat, I was like, "What is this?" And then it ended up just being a no disqualification match. I just wish they just call it that and move on. But anyway, I pick Roman Reigns to retain.
Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that. So that's 3 for Roman Reigns and 1 for Jacob Fatu. Caleb, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu for the Raw Heavyweight Championship. Who do you have and why?
I got Roman winning this. He's going to retain that title. He's going to keep it. He's going to keep it for a while, and Jacob going to annul him at Monday Night Raw.
Who was that again that you picked?
I said Roman.
His Tribal Chief.
Okay. Thank you, Caleb. So that's 3 for Roman, or 3 for Roman Reigns, and 1 for Jacob Fatu. DJ Khaled, who do you have and why?
I hate to be such a nerd here, but the Tribal Combat match has really done like a 180 because this originally started out as it was a no disqualification match, but could be no interference, and then Solo interfered in like the Roman J match, and I guess after that they just didn't care, and so Tribal Combat just became another Bloodline rules match. So it will be overbooked. It will be a lot of interferences, but either way, my result stays the same. I have Roman Reigns winning this for obvious reasons. Just much like Cody and Rhea, as I mentioned earlier, he's not dropping the title unless it's like in a big show. So yeah, and even at those big shows, I don't think he's gonna drop it because it's Roman Reigns. He has to have it for a long ass time. So I'm going with Roman Reigns, and if I can, if you'll indulge me here, make an extra prediction for how long the match will go.
Sure.
We'll go around, because this is a 5-match card, and of those 5 matches, 2 will be on ESPN for free TV, so they will give this match a lot of time. Let's say around 35 minutes. How does that sound?
Holy cow, that's a long time.
Well,
That's
because
Roman's
Roman,
intro, 35 minutes.
Well, Roman's entrance is like 9 minutes, so you count the entrance?
no, just the match itself, bell to bell, 35 minutes, because that was, I think, the length of the previous Tribal Combat matches with Roman and Jay and Roman and Solo. So I don't see them changing that formula. So I'm gonna say around 35 minutes.
Yeah,
So
I guess I should.
you're going to have Jey Uso yeeting in the middle of the match and running it back 2 times. Got it.
Yeah, we got to get some running it back in Italy. So,
His nuts will be stuck in the top turnbuckle. I'm gonna call it.
oh shit. All right, we got Raymond in the comments said he got the OTC wins this match and Jacob isn't winning the title yet. All right, thank you, Raymond. All right, Carlos, Roman Reigns against Jacob Fatu. Who do you have and why?
They absolutely neutered this match for me on Monday night with that promo where they neutered Jacob Fatu, had him and Roman shaking hands. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? There's no way Roman Reigns is going to get in line and acknowledge Jacob Fatu. That's not happening. Roman Reigns is winning this match. It's a done deal.
That's fine. I'll be on the island of relevancy by myself.
We'll see. Maybe not. All right, Fanatic, Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. Who do you have and why?
It's obvious. Roman is winning. There's no way they're going to have him drop the title this early. I mean, sure, Jacob is very popular with fans and is a future world champion. I can see it happen, but I just don't see Jacob Fatu as the tribal chief. It just feels wrong. There's only one tribal chief, and that's Roman Reigns. There's going to be a lot of interferences from a lot of sides. We might not just see the Usos. We might see a whole lot more. I would be surprised if we get the MFTs involved as well. And I'm very surprised. I really hope we get a debut from Zilla Fatu, who's really rumored to debut. I think it will be similar to the one in 2022 where Solo debuted to help Roman be drooped. I just don't see Roman losing. I mean, there's no way they're going to have Roman lose. I think this match is going to be 40-plus minutes ring time. Have a lot of time to have this match. And I think Jacob will do fine acknowledging the tribal chief. And I think it's going to be okay. I think Roman will be fine. Jacob will be fine. And we all know Jacob's going to turn on Roman again eventually in the future. So, but it's very predictable at this point. So I'm going with Roman Reigns, hands down. I would be very surprised if Jacob wins, but I'm going with Roman for the win. Now, tribal chief for life.
All right, thank you, Fanatic. For me, I want to go the other way. I agree with Sean. I think this is the right time. I think Cody should lose, and I also think Roman should lose. I think they should come out and try to make a statement with and take a chance, take a risk, like DJ Khaled was talking about. But this is Triple H. This is WWE booking. I don't agree with it. I think Jacob is at the peak right now. They built him as a monster, and now they're going to refurbish and recycle the same story from 2022 or 2021 when we saw Roman Reigns and Jey Uso in Tribal Combat. Unfortunately, Jacob Fatu, he ruined it. I agree with Carlos. He kind of ruined it for me on Monday night when he said, well, I got it. I got the best of it either way, because if I lose, I'm still going to have a job. So he kind of gave it away. Yeah. I feel like with that, what he said in that promo about whether he wins or loses, he's going to either be with the bloodline and his family, or he's going to be the leader. So I'm going with Roman. I don't think WWE is going to pull the trigger on Cody losing or Roman losing yet. They want those big stars going into SummerSlam as the champions. So I'm going with Roman Reigns myself to defeat Jacob Fatu. But I do think the Usos get involved. I think it could be the MFTs. It's going to be shenanigans all over the place before the dust settles in Italy. So that is it, guys. We are going to thank you guys again for coming on 2 straight weeks for Saturday night's main event last week, and then Clash in Italy this week. I am going to go ahead and go to the outro, and then I'm going to give everyone a opportunity to go around and tell everybody where they can find you on their socials, and then I will go last and tell everybody where they can find me on my socials and what I have coming up the rest of this week. So we will be back shortly, guys. Thank you guys for ones in the comments to put all their predictions as well. Chris, Bentu, and Greg. World of Greg from the rundown with him and Kyle the Man Anthony. All right, so I'll be back shortly, guys, and you guys will be able to tell everybody where they can find you and what you have coming up next.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
There are a lot of podcasts out there, but only one with this kind of energy.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go, Show Recap Prediction Sports.
In one podcast.
Welcome to EVP Show Recap Prediction Sports. Let go.
All right, shout out before we go around to everybody. Shout out to the 257 people that's watching live, either on the EVP show on EVP's X or also on DWE TV's X page. Make sure you guys follow DWE TV on X and Talk It Up podcast with Miami the Great and Final Boss Baby on YouTube, as well as Kyle the Man Anthony, World of Greg, who do the rundown every Monday. I'll make sure you follow them on X as well, Director Reg, After the Slam podcast as well on X and YouTube, as well as the Smoke Session podcast. So thank you all, gentlemen, for coming on tonight again for the Clash in Italy prediction show live Wednesday. I believe it's May 27th, 2026. I'm going to go around to everybody, and you guys can plug whatever you want to plug. I'm going to start with Lou. Thank you. I know you had some stuff come up last week, but thank you for showing up this week, coming on and doing the Clash in Italy prediction show. I'm sure I'm going to see you again in June for Night of Champions and NXT, possibly if they have a PLE. Tell everybody where they can find you on your socials and what you have coming up next.
I have nothing coming up next, I don't think. And I'm primarily on X at TrashFlex_.
All right. Thank you, Lou. I appreciate you coming on. I'm sure I will see you for the next PLE. All right. The mayor of Canada and the Encyclopedia of Wrestling Stampede. Thank you once again for coming on and helping me keep track of all the picks. Who do you have? What do you have coming up? And tell the people where they can find you on social media and what you have coming up next.
You can find me all over Twitter. I pop up in spaces all the time. I'll be on through Spedrock Productions covering OVW tomorrow night, Ohio Valley Wrestling. I'll also be on the Running Wrestling podcast tomorrow night in video form every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Point Taken. That's it for this week, I think, at least for now anyway.
All right. Thank you, Stampede. As always, I'm going to go to one half of the rundown. That's every Monday before Monday Night Raw comes on with the World of Greg. Kyle the Man Anthony, tell everybody where they can find you on your socials and what you have coming up next.
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at Kyle Anthony 96. My Instagram same, Kyle Anthony 96 as well. And yeah, every Monday I preview the rundown with Greg. Still going strong. It's doing really well. So on X, and just listen what we have to say about an hour before Raw, and then sometimes too we even just quickly run down what happened currently on the pay-per-view for like a quick minute. Then we go straight to Raw preview. So yeah, just go check it out. It's really cool. And thanks, CJ, for having me again.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime, Kyle. Definitely probably hollering at you about coming on for a recap at some point. So thank you for coming on tonight. All right, Sean, obviously you've been on several prediction shows as well. Thank you for coming on. Tell everybody where they can find you on your socials, what you have coming up next.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter, Gus_Bus091. I'm in spaces all the time. I'm a truck driver, so I'm driving around with a Bluetooth headset. I'll jump in, I'll talk hockey, I'll talk baseball. So I'll be in random spaces, but I do a reaction show to AEW and Monday Night Raw every week with Carlos. And I just, I'm around, and The one and only time I'll say this as a Rangers fan, I need Christian Walker to hit a bomb. So
All right. Thank you, Sean. Hopefully Christian hits that bomb for you. And I'm sure I'll see you again next month for Night of Champions. All right, Caleb, tell everybody where they can find you and what you have coming up, if you have anything coming up.
Yeah, you can find me on Panda Matthew Caleb on X, and I'm doing a port podcast coming up soon, and I'm also joining Color Space for AEW tonight.
All right. Thank you as always, Caleb. Be on the lookout for my Night of Champions post next month. If you guys want to join, you just make sure to send me a DM, and you guys always have first deal. So thank you again, Caleb. All right. One of my favorite people in the community, and he's also a Cody Rhodes fan. So we have that to vibe with each other. It is none other than DJ Khaled. Tell everybody where they can find you on your socials and what you have coming up next.
Thank you, EVP. Yeah, you can find me on YouTube and Twitter. On Twitter, I am Haddad X Tata. That is the handle. My big project is my star rating thread. I'm considering restarting it and freshening it up, but we'll see where that goes. But as of now, we're up to around 360 matches, so I'm very proud of it. And as far as YouTube is concerned, my YouTube channel is literally just my name. Just search it, and I'm the number one, the first result. And I restarted my movie-related YouTube channel called Commentary Kinoverse. You can find that one as well. And I posted a video either earlier today or yesterday, and it's honestly doing pretty well. So, yeah, I would love to have more traction go to that YouTube channel. So, thanks again for inviting me, EVP. I think more people need to know about your stuff as always. And yeah, I don't care how many anti-Cody Rhodes fans are here. We're a brotherhood. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys follow DJ Khaled on YouTube, or subscribe to DJ Khaled on YouTube as well. Thank you for coming in. I'm sure I will see you next month as well. Go Cody. All right. Not last, but next up, he is part of the Wrestle Collective, and he does a lot of spaces and a lot of stuff in the community. Tell everybody where they can find you on your social media, Carlos. What you got coming up next?
Yeah, social media. Start with Instagram is Rainbow Goodness _. My 2 X accounts are at C2TheLOS77, and then also at Conquer the Nell. Sign up for the Wrestle Collective. They're at WC Worldwide. But also I will be doing a space later tonight after Collision. It was a 3-hour show tonight, so we're going later than usual. Also with Raw being overseas, I don't want to kind of program the collective. So we'll be doing spaces either Sundays or Tuesdays. I'll be doing one I think this Sunday. We'll be covering the AAA show, Mass vs. Mass, and also be covering the results of Clash in Italy. So look for us on Sunday at some point. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. As always, Carlos, anytime, brother. Appreciate you coming on. More people need to pay attention to your work as well on Twitter. You put out a lot of great content, so thank you for that. Thanks for always coming on. Last but not least, he is one of my biggest supporters on my YouTube channel, Wrestle Fanatic. Thank you so much for you following me and coming to all my shows on Sunday. Tell everybody on social media what you have coming up and where they can find you.
Check me out on all my my Wrestle Fanatic 2 account, and you can also check out my TikTok. I'm Anyone But Dab Guy. Do a lot of food reviews. They're really good, and maybe someday I might start doing live streams of college football and wrestling sometime down there. So you never know what could happen. So be sure to check me out. Anyways, I'm out of here. Y'all take it easy.
Thanks, Fanatic. Appreciate you, brother. And once again, thank you to Fanatic for coming on, and thank you to all of you guys for joining us in the EVP show, Clash in Italy prediction show. So where you can find me on my socials, it is on scrolling across the bottom of the screen in the pretty white letters. DJ Khaled, I'm sure you love those white letters. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button on the YouTube stream tonight. It helps my algorithm on my YouTube channel. But you can find me on X at EVPCJP, and my YouTube page is pinned all the way up at the top of my X page. And you can go to Instagram and find me at the same handle, EVPCJP. It is a business account. But you can see all my videos that Miami and the World of Greg make for my upcoming streams. Also, you can find me on TikTok at Brady the Goat 21. That's at BRADYDA Goat 21, just like Tom Brady. Also, I post all my videos there, and you can find my YouTube link in the bio. Last but not least, please like and subscribe to DWE Television, Miami the Great, Final Boss Baby, Talk It Up Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, World of Greg, Kyle Anthony, and Director Reg, After a Slam Podcast on X and YouTube, and the Smoke Session Podcast on X and YouTube as well. Last but not least, please do not forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find it on any of my social media platforms. And if you are subscribed, please turn on the notification bell on, and you'll be reminded when I go live. I put out daily wrestling content at least 5 times a week. But if you can't find it on any of my social media platforms and you are looking for it, you can go to the search bar in the top right-hand corner, put in at the EVP Show, and you will be able to find my YouTube channel. Thank you all to who's watching live, 275 people. So what I have coming up next, guys, I will be back tomorrow night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the TNA recap show. And then Friday night, it is the Go Home SmackDown before Clash in Italy. Come join me at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the SmackDown recap show. And then Saturday, I'm off, but there will be no Sunday Night Scoops this coming Sunday, but you can join me for Doubleheader Sunday, starting with the Clash in Italy recap show live at 6 p.m. Eastern Sunday. And then I'm back later Sunday night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern for the LFG Season 3, Episode 6 recap show. Once again, thank you to the 278 people that's watching live. Also, thank you to Lou, Stampede, Kyle the Man Anthony, Sean, the Gus Bus 09, Caleb, DJ Khaled, Carlos, and Wrestler Fanatic for coming on tonight. This is the EVP from the EVP Show and the Golden Boy of DWE, and DWE is the place to be. Hope you guys enjoy AEW tonight, and I will see you guys tomorrow night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the TNA recap show. Good night, everyone.